So I want to get going on this. So this place needs to be seriously de-weeded and dug a bit, and I'm thinking of putting a plant here, but I want to get rid of all the weeds. And this beautiful, I love this plant, it's gorgeous, but it needs to be cut back. It's overgrowing like mad, so I'm going to cut that back. But try get this corner started and done. So before, and I'll show you after when I do after. So I'm finding these webs in everything. These like spiders' webs. Are they like poisonous or something like that? Like they like funnel web spiders and they're going to eat me or bite me or something. Can somebody tell me, is there dangerous spiders in the Algarve? Holy shit. It's now 12 o'clock, so it's midday. So time to get the fuck in out of the sun. I smell of petrol or gas, and I'm covered in grass, and I have a rip in my arse. I feel like a lesbian. Do you know what I mean? Look, just fucking bites everywhere. There, all here. There's a big one, and all on the back of my legs. There's more there, and they're not just. That one is especially a pain in the arse. They're so fucking itchy. They're not just mosquitoes, they're horseflies. We call them horseflies in Ireland. And they were biting my legs while I was down there. So I have to wear much more protective gear when I'm swimming. I need to make sure that I'm covered. My legs are covered, and nothing above here, just all at the legs. So I need to make sure I'm well covered down below, because they are just itchy as fuck. Oh my god. Yeah. Right, so I've made a start. But those fucking little ball things, they're these little things that just attach themselves to you, these things. Oh my god, they're fucking really painful. If you put them in your hand, they're really sore, and they're everywhere. So they're obviously pods of the fucking, I don't know, body snatchers or something like that, but the fuckers just stick to you. So I've decided that's all I've pulled up. So what I'm going to do is just get the strimmers and give it a bit of a strim, and then see how that goes, because I just think it's going to take me fucking ages to pull all of this up by hand, and I just think it's a losing battle. Like, all of this stuff is going to grow back the minute winter comes and the rain starts. It's just going to be a blanket of sort of whatever those little plants things are. So just make it look better for the summertime by just keeping it short. I think that's the right thing to do. It's the easier thing to do. And these weeds will all come up now. And there, well, anyway, let's get back to it. My hands are all fucking in bits. Okay, so I'm going to cut the bush with the shears. I was thinking of doing it with the thingy-me-bop, with the streamers, but then I thought I'd probably cut off way too much and it'll, you know, be in bits, but I'm going to do it now, show you what I'm talking about. Oh, this bush here is just a bit out of control, so I just want to cut it back and make it a bit neater. And this is how this looks after being trimmed. Although the weeds are up and so on, but like there's no way, you know, you're going to get rid of all of that. When we saw this when we came here during the winter time, that was all green. It was all green coming down. It was actually really nice, but it just looks like shit now. You know, this really looks awful. But I'm thinking of I want to put some plants along here. But at the same time I need to make sure I get the filter system or the watering system down here as well. And this needs to be cut down, which I'm going to do now. Not cut down, but cut back. It's just too out of control. I know they're really beautiful flowers, but they will grow back. This just looks really scraggly and awful. So I just want to make it look a little bit better. Oh my god. Ugh. So I'm cutting it down, and there's actually other plants underneath it. Look, there's other plants there, so it's just taking up too much. I know it's really beautiful, but it needs just to be cut back a bit. Look how much I've taken off. That can all go in the compost heap as the start of the compost heap. This is probably the wrong time to be doing this. I'm sure like it should be done going into autumn, but fuck it. I'm gonna have a look up and see. I know we had one of these in the other house, in our old house, and I remember cutting it back, and I remember it growing like mad then afterwards, so I'm hoping this will do the same, but in a more sort of not such a straggly way. It just looks really straggly. At least some of these plants will be able to breathe now, get some sun. Okay, Jesus, look how much I've taken off. There's loads, but still a good load to go to sort of cut it right back. But look, there's plants underneath here. There's this one here that's been completely covered by it, and then there's where is it? Oh yeah, this little fella here, this sort of cactusy dude here, and this lovely one here, the beautiful flowers. So they've been all covered up, and there's something else over there. They've all been covered up by that thing, so by that ginormous plant. So I think cutting it back is the right thing to do. How far should I cut it back? I don't fucking know. But I don't want to kill it because it's really pretty, and the plants are really pretty, and the flowers are really pretty, but you know, just let's control it a bit. Oh, and also I forgot to say that I was talking to Jose, who is the previous owner. He kindly texted me back just to find out when and where the water starts and so on. So it works at 2 o'clock a.m. in the morning, so that's why we've never seen it. So, and it works, he has it timed 3 times a week for 20 minutes into the 9 areas. There's 9 areas of the property, and each area represents a different place, obviously. So it goes on 3 times a week, and it starts at 2 a.m. So if I want to see it, I'm going to have to stay awake until 2 a.m. And when you get to my age, staying awake till 2 a.m. is just, it's not really an option. But so that's the story. So it is on, it's just that we haven't seen it. I might run the system just to see, but that's really good to know that the plants are getting water. But obviously they are, because they're all really green and the oranges are growing and the trees are all growing and the plants are all growing. So obviously they're getting watered somewhere. So that's the reason. When you vote, today, how are you? Slán agus band quick It's the evening time here in the Algarve. Has been a lovely day. Bit of a scorcher, but a little bit cloudy, so it's been nice. I only got started in the garden now because we were out doing things around and about. So I've cleaned the corner that I said I was going to clean. And I'm going to plant out a couple of pots of plants in the pots and see what the fuck happens. I'm going to show you the corner. It looks much better, although it still looks, fairly, parched. But there's very little I can do about that in the heat of the Algarve. But it looks much neater, and I've cut that plant right back. It was absolutely all over the place and it was blocking the light of other plants, so I'm not going to let it get that big again, or that crawly again. It is actually a creeper, so it really should have been up on a, up on a fence or something like that, but it hasn't been, so I'm going to just have to keep an eye on that for the rest of my time here in this house in the Algarve. So I'll show you the corner now. There we have the corner now, a lot less crap. I cut down all of I got the as you saw, I got the power streamers out and cut loads of it away. And then I cut that back, this humongous big plant here called I Haven't Got a Focus. And there's other plants, see the little plants around that needed the light, so it's good that's cut down. Now I'm going to put a couple of plants out here. I've been watering it so that it's maybe a little bit, the earth is loose, so I'll be able to plant there. I'm going to plant what's in this pot. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different varieties of plant here, which grow mad. They go mad once they're out of the pot. So I'm going to put them in here, or 1 or 2 in here, and we'll see where else we're going to put them. But there you go. So the corner looks much better, doesn't it? Less fussy and all of that. So it does look good. I'm happy with that. But the only thing other that we've found cracks, big ginormous cracks in the walls up around here, which basically means there's probably the wall is going to collapse in the next 20 years unless we get it seen to. So we're going to have to do that. But isn't that the whole joy of owning a property this big? And there's the steps, and the poor dog is desperately trying to find me. Little thing can't see, so he's trying to find me, so I better go up and say hello to him. So there we go. Oh yeah, here, look, here's the fern I planted a while back when I first came here. Look, it's going really well. It's growing and fronds are coming out. Hopefully it gets really, really big, but I think it was the perfect place to put it because it's mottled shade. So there you are. Oh gosh, it definitely does work when you put the water in. It makes the whole. So I've split up the plant, and this is grown from seed. This is one of those, I can't remember the name, I'll put it up now in the corner. We grew that from seed, and it grows like mad with beautiful red flowers. So hopefully that'll work there. was in there, which is slightly, the flowers are, if I can remember correctly, they're purple. So I'm going to plant that over here. Just here. See if it grows. That's that in. Cover it up. Now, let's see how well that grows. And there's a little thing I can put there. No, it doesn't move. And then there's another one here, which if I want to put something on, I can. But there's one little loads going in there. Oh, that's growing so well. Look how beautiful that is. I can't remember the name of that plant. I've realised that with this place, you can plant stuff out, you can try take care of the weeds and all of that stuff, but generally speaking, it's a wild place where you you keep it a little bit tame if you can, and then you do your best. So that's basically what I'm going to do, is just do my best. And there's these great terraces along here. Now they're really hard to dig into, but when I want to buy a lot of topsoil, and then I'm going to plant out some really nice just plants that really suit the area. And then along here, just by this wall here, that's the drain for the swimming pool whenever we use the vacuum. But all along here, I'm going to dig that up, and I'm going to make that into a vegetable patch, so somewhere where we can grow, our tomatoes and lettuces and whatever else, carrots and stuff that I want to grow. See how it goes for the first while, and hopefully they go well. But I mean, there's a lot to do. It's a big old garden, and it's just myself. But like, fuck it, I'm not going to let it get me down. I'm not going to let it beat me. Just take one step at a time. I'm only getting used to doing this. And I'm going to win. I am going to win. I love it. It makes me happy. Just to have all this open space around me. And it just makes me happy. So I have planted the mango. I grew this from a seed. It's not the one that's in the kitchen, it's one that was outside. So I've grown that from a seed, and I've planted it here to see what happens. So I have one of these Yokomi bobs to stick into this Yokomi bob. There you go. And apparently it will water, add to the watering system. You can see they're everywhere. Around all the plants, so I need to just put this on, and hopefully it'll water this plant, because I know that mangoes need a lot of watering. And then there's one there at this plant that I just planted. So, okay. So I've just cut it, and then I'm just going to plonk plonk this into it. That's if it fits. Now, so that's now in it. So hopefully that works. So that's just going to go there. Just put that there. Get some soil, put it down, keep it in place with some rocks. One thing we're not short of here is rocks. So there, Ugh. I forgot about this one here. So I think that's oh my god, a marigold. I think that's what that becomes. So I'm going to plant that there, beside the one I did there. See what happens. Okay. Okay. So there. So that's all the pots are all the plants potted from that into the garden. So one there, and one over there. Oh.